All right, Shalom. All praise to Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to brothers over elect, push this word in truth and sincerity. All right, this video here is crisis enhancement. All right, the crisis has been enhanced. Okay, so this world has been dealing with a crisis for a while. Or shoot, I shouldn't say a crisis, multiple crises or crises for a while, but it's just been covered up. But now we're seeing what's really going on. We're seeing the result of all the bad decisions and the bad leaderships. Okay, so if you look on this picture here, you see this man. He got a real thin rope wrapped around this huge rock. You have this other guy on the opposite end who's attempting to push the rock or hold it back. That's what's going on here right now. Okay, you got the people that's trying to push the rock or hold it back or to maintain it or to keep it afloat. And then you also have the other side with the small rope wrapped around it, acting like they're really trying to help you, but they really not. All right, when the brunt of the crisis is going to fall on you. So when that big rock rolls downhill, it's going to basically smash those who are on the bottom of it trying to hold it up. All right. So that's the crisis that's going on here. And I have several articles pulled up just to kind of go into some of them. I'm not going to read all of it because I just want you to get the idea of the Lord has so many moving parts, so many things going on at one time. He's strategically taking down so many different parts. Okay. So, let's see. First, actually, I want to get this season. Let's see. I want to get the definition of crisis because I never looked it up. All right, this is the word crisis. It says a cultural or decisive point or situation, especially a difficult or unstable situation involving an impending change. I'll check that out. A difficult or unstable situation involving an impending change. Now that word impending, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Just out of curiosity. Of an event regarded as threatening or significant about to happen forthcoming. Okay, impending basically means that it's going to happen, occurring or likely to occur soon. Okay, so this kingdom or this rulership is impending. It's an impending change, meaning that change is likely to, Salakia, not likely, that change is going to occur soon. What change is that? Let's grab this here. This Sirach chapter 10 verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And what kingdom? This rulership, the power. The power is translated from one people, from Esau, Edom, to another. And that another people is Jacob. Why is it another people? Okay, because we have another spirit. Okay, we have a different spirit from the people of the world. Okay, and this kingdom or this rulership is going to be translated or transferred unto them. Okay, it's going to be translated. All right, but I got a couple articles queued up just to kind of go into the crisis. Okay, there's many things happening, and I'm only just going to name a few. Okay, this is from May 19th. So today is the 20th. So yesterday, Washington State gas stations run out of fuel. They prep for $10 a gallon. Gas stations in Washington State are resetting their price boards to accommodate double digits in preparation for fuel prices potentially reaching $10 a gallon, according to a report. All right, that's how. So you know how when you look at these gas stations, the marquees on them, or the signs, there's not enough room for if it were to go to $10. If it were to go anything above $9, but they say they're resetting it so that it can. Now, I'm not saying that it will be $10 a gallon, but I will say that it will be astronomically high. Okay, now. And I will say this, if in fact that it did get that high, you realize that there won't be, if it were to get that high, you can't function. This economy will literally have to crash. Okay, because you would have, you wouldn't be making enough money to continue to work. You know what I'm saying? The people, the average everyday citizens would not be making enough money to buy food, to pay for gas, to get to and from work. And don't forget the truckers, most importantly, the truckers or the trucking companies would not make enough money to supply the fuel to distribute out all of these goods if gas was to get that high. You know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't work. That's a crisis in itself. All right. Next, I see you got the baby formula shortage. Families ration formula. A rationing formula for children as shortage worsens. Okay. The shortage is getting worse. This says on Thursday, Claire Holland graduated from 6th grade. It was a happy day. She made the honor roll and she won her class Big Science Award. But her day was not without worries. The 12-year-old from Mandeville, Louisiana, that's actually down here, is caught up in the formula shortage that has left countless families across the country on edge. The shortage has even sent some children to the hospital because they can't get enough nutrition. And if you know anything about when you're using that formula, it's really not good to continue to switch formulas for children. You know what I'm saying? Like you say you start on Similac, and then you switch it to Infamil, then you switch it to whatever the store brand is, just whatever. Like that's not good for children. Well, actually, in reality, that formula shit is not good anyway. But most women feed their children, their babies with formula. Here in America, or really in the world, not even just here, but most do. So that's a crisis right there. You got your child who's malnourished and all that. You're trying to feed them, but you can't feed them. Now you gotta that's a struggle or a hassle within itself. All right. You got these food processing plant fires that's been happening. Now check this out. I'm gonna tread lightly, or I'm not gonna be careful on this one here. But all I'm gonna say is this. I'm gonna read this first one here. It says, "Nothing to see here, NFPA. Experts say there's no truth to rumors that fires at food processing plants are suspicious." Hint, hint. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, because I don't want to get my video with a strike. All right, but just know there's been fires at these food processing plants, and a lot of them lately. Okay. Let's see. I got a few saved on here too. This one says China warns of dangerous situation developing ahead of Biden Asian trip. Okay, and I'm gonna read first few paragraphs here, just to kind of get the main point of it. It says, China warned the U.S. that President Biden's visit to East Asia this week could put their relations in serious jeopardy. Does not the scripture say that the beast shall hate the whore? Okay, these other nations are going to turn on this place here. Okay, and it's doing everything possible to make enemies out of those. It's like they're already enemies, but they're doing everything possible to prick them even more, to agitate them. Okay, and it could put their relations in serious jeopardy if officials play the Taiwan card during the trip. In a phone call with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, China's top diplomat Yang Jiechi warned the U.S. against speaking out on the independent sovereignty of Taiwan, meaning stay your ass at home, keep your nose in your own business. Okay? Stay out of what they got going on. A self-ruling democratic island in the Indo-Pacific that China claims is historically part of the mainland and should be under Beijing's control. If the U.S. side persists in playing the Taiwan card and goes further down the wrong path, it will surely put the situation in serious jeopardy, Jiechi said. We urge the U.S. side to get a clear understanding of the situation, strictly honor its commitments, and abide by the one China principle. Yeah, ooh, they barking up the demands there. Okay. It says Jiechi further added that China would react accordingly to any move that undermines the fundamental and long-term interests of countries in the region. All right, so they're gonna protect their own over here from over here. You in the West, stay over the West. Stay over the West. All right, that's basically what they're saying. Hold on, let me read this here. The Chinese side said will take firm action to safeguard its sovereignty and security interests. We live up to our words, he said. But I'm gonna stop there. You know what I'm saying? Like another crisis that they're talking about now. Okay. This happened last night. Multiple people shot in Hammond outside high school graduation. Okay, so there was a graduation, another mass shooting, and multiple people were injured. I don't think anyone died, but this was outside of a high school graduation. Okay, so we're gonna see more mass shootings. More crisis, more things going on. All right, check this one out. CDC calls for 1/3 of Americans to mask up again. Maybe it was inevitable in light of both C-19 cases and hospitalization numbers rising again. CDC recommends that about 1/3 of Americans mask up again when indoors, when using public transportation, or if you are at high risk. The CDC advice comes the same week the U.S. surpassed 1 million deaths from the endemic, and experts warn C-19 remains a threat. Okay? It remains a threat. So that C-19 is still there. That's still going on. You got something new here. Check this out. Possible NYC, New York City monkeypox case under investigation. Canada confirms the first ever infection. So now we got the monkeypox over here. Okay? That you got to watch out for. Health officials in New York City said they were investigating a possible monkeypox infection as Canada confirms its first ever case of the disease. All right. Thursday night, the patient was being cared for at Bellevue Hospital. Our public health lab will conduct preliminary tests. Okay. So the announcement comes days after a Massachusetts man who recently visited Canada's Quebec province was confirmed as the United States' first case of the virus in this year. It's like in the year. All right, so you got monkeypox out there. All right, and don't forget this here. The American West should brace for blackout summer. Electricity regulator warns. All right. So now they talking about doing a rolling blackouts again. Electricity shortages and blackouts are increasingly possible for the American West this summer as an electrical operator warns of out of the ordinary conditions. Whatever that means. That was just a long term to say absolutely nothing. What is an out of the ordinary condition? They didn't say. Okay? But it says a prolonged drought, supply chain constraints, and other threats have led the North American Electric Reliability Company, or NERC, an international regulatory body, to conclude that several regions in the western U.S. and Canada are at risk of severe energy shortfalls this summer. You see what I'm saying? All these things are about to happen. Crisis enhanced, okay? All these crises, all these different things are coming. All right? Let's get a few scriptures. And there's way more than just that. Okay? There's a lot more things that are going on still. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt, America, Babylon the Great, with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And it says, I will smite Egypt with plagues as before. If this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, that means this places will be smitten with plagues again. Okay? Think about what happened in ancient Egypt. You had the plague of darkness, the plague of locusts, the plague of frogs, the plague of flies, the plague of boils. You know what I'm saying? All those different things. Hail. All those different things happened back then. Okay? And the Lord said He's going to smite this place with plagues again, as He did before. All right? So all these crises that are taking... Oh, and don't forget, you got the wildfires, tsunamis, earthquakes, natural disasters. They say down here they plan for this to be a very active hurricane season. They're expecting that to play. You know, so the Lord coming with it. Okay, so be prepared. You know, prepare yourself spiritually. Hey, repent and try to get right as best you can. Because Yahweh Shema Shah is your only hope. All right. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and the fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, invading the government, and invading one another and each other. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They ain't gonna care about your presidents, your mayors, your councilmen, your governors, your city officials, all that. They can give a damn about. When there ain't no food, who gives a damn if you the mayor? When there ain't no water, who gives a damn if you the mayor? When there ain't no lights, no power, who gives a damn if you the mayor? That don't mean shit to the people. Okay? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. They're going to take their shit because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? Great tribulation. Let me get that Matthew 24 real quick. Matthew 24:12. And because this is where they're going to be spoiling your goods and stealing your stuff, sedition, fighting each other, all this stuff. Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, they're going to get colder and colder. They're not going to give a damn about the next man. It's all about me. I got to get myself. All right. I'm going to go up to verse 6. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. They talk about food shortages, formula shortages, okay, famines and pestilences. You got the C-19, you got the monkeypox, you got all these different things out here, and it's gonna get worse. And earthquakes, shoot, we know earthquakes in diverse places. We got earthquakes in places that ain't known for getting earthquakes. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, this is just the start. This is just the beginning. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 9. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Why do we confidently say, hey, we can tell that the Lord is near? You know, the day of the Lord, you know, if Yahushua is coming in the chariots, our kingdom is near. We can tell. It's very near. It's nearer than what we believe. You know, we can feel it. How do we know? Because of the signs of what's going on in the world. Okay, we're measuring the time. And how are we measuring the time diligently? Because we're constantly reading the scriptures, constantly studying, constantly watching the news, constantly keeping a watchful eye, constantly being a watchman. Okay, you can't be a watchman if you ain't watching. That's how you measure the time. We take the things that are occurring in the world right now, and we correlate them, filter them through the scriptures. Okay, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. When you see this happen, you know that this time near. You know the MOT to the B is near. Okay, digital currency is on the horizon. Okay, they move a lot more to cashless. I mean, it's all these things are happening. Okay. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that it's the most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. I think that's all I want to get out of this chapter here. Yeah. But yeah, we can tell through simple measurement of the times, based on what's happening in the earth or in the world. Hey, that time is near. The crisis or the crises has been enhanced. All right. So call on Yahweh Shem Al Shai by Shem Kakwadash. Hope you edified. Shalom.